Right, welcome back everyone to this second episode of our Curse of Strahd game with our yet-to-be-named party, and to be honest, yet-to-be-named stream. We'll work that out as we go along. In our first and the last episode that we did, each of the party, through various means, were taken by the mists and arrived on a gravel path where they met each other in the woods. Sigma went looking to help someone in exchange for treasure and possibly hunting down some monsters. Misha is seeking some werewolves and to find what happened to their brother, pretty much the only member of their family that actually likes them. At least seems to anyway. Octavian, his ship sunk out at sea and he swam and found his way. And Greed and Palmar, led by a strange amber relic that pointed them in a direction. Walking down this gravel path, they eventually arrived at a town with all of the buildings closed and the mist seeming to almost be pushing them forward to meet two small children by the names of Rose and Thorn, who are out here because they're scared of the monster in the basement at their house. The party, in exchange for potential treasure, as their family are supposedly very wealthy, have decided to aid this. Though I think in the case of Sigma and possibly Misha, this is more they want to hunt the monster and perhaps find clues than for the money. And Greed is for the money, but also your relic seems to be pointing this way. Octavian, I think it's more possibly your star map is pointing this way, or perhaps you just want to help small children. I'm not sure. But
yeah, both really, sort of along for the ride.
Yeah. Arriving at the house, you find the initial floor deserted apart from a rat which you managed to catch after a few tries. You managed to break open a cabinet to find some crossbows and not take the crossbows, but take the bolts, or at least some of them. You also find a strange deck of playing cards with all the kings being the same dark-haired man sitting on a throne. Each of the queens being a similar but distinctive woman, and the jacks being a stag, a rat, a wolf, and a raven. A very odd deck of cards, but one which I believe Octavian took because I think he just likes cards to go along with the pipe that he took. Further exploration, you ended up heading upstairs looking for this strange harpsichord music that had begun to play. And I'm actually going to take us to the map now whilst I'm thinking about it. You found on this floor two distinctive rooms. You found the library, where you found several books, some of which were of interest to the party. And you also found the conservatory with some musical instruments and a lit fireplace. But interestingly, it is clear that whilst the music sounds like it would have been coming from this harpsichord has not been played in a long time.
It would appear I cannot see compared to before.
Yes. Your token should be here, I think. You should just be able to click on your tokens. Actually, that reminds me. I think one of the tokens disappeared, so I'm going to drag that one back on because I could not work out where they had gone. So I will drag Stigma back on because they seem to have vanished.
Yes,
Wait, where did that drag?
I am outside. I appear to be
Oh,
out.
no, yeah, I'm just gonna... This is the level stuff playing up. Let me just...
I believe
get
I was on
you-
the second floor. I had just found the
Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me.
secret room is what I had found in the library.
Isn't this the first
Yeah.
floor?
It depends on your perspective. But yeah,
Yeah.
you were here. I do not know where your token actually went. I was trying to work that out before the session. I'm just like, where have they gone?
A good question to always be asking.
Yep. So let me...
You did open a door.
Yes, a secret door.
You were investigating. You were gonna investigate the door.
Yes.
Yes.
But we had just
So let me get my playlist up. Right. So Stigma. We'll go to you first. If you've just found this hidden chamber. Let me explain what is in this chamber. The bookshelf swings open, hidden hinges squealing in the gloom. Dusty shelves line the walls of a cramped room packed with tomes decorated only in eldritch runes and ominous symbols. You spot a heavy chest at the end of the hall, squatting as if it harbors some coveted secret. A secret worth dying for, apparently, if the skeleton rotting leathers is any clue to the insidious danger you've all found yourselves in.
What are you looking at, Sigma?
It would appear there's someone quite long dead. As I sort of look at these books on the wall, to see if there's any indication of what they might contain. Also, I will look to see if there's maybe a trap or something, considering there's a skeleton. Either a guy was locked back here, or the chest might be trapped.
Yeah, you can... I'm actually going to turn down my music on my end, at least, because that's definitely me. Yeah, that last music beat played. I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, so you can roll me an investigation check if you're looking for traps. You do not find any traps, but I will reveal the names of some of the books on the shelf for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have In the Light of Osebus, Rituals of the Life Caller, Heart of Midnight, Fantastic Devils and Where to Find Them, and a book with the title in a language that you don't understand, though the runes are familiar to you. It's not one you speak.
Okay. I will take the books. Can you actually type? Could I get the titles typed out? Those are what I don't understand. Just sort of listed.
Yep. And then.
What's the last one?
Okay.
Actually, Misha, Misha, you understand the last book's title.
Is it Celestial?
No, it's Infernal.
Of course,
and
it's
the title
Celestial.
is got 99 problems and a demon ain't one.
Oh, that's fun for me.
Telling Misha to stand back. Can I use my climb speed to sort of pin myself up above the chest, like hang from the ceiling almost?
Sure.
And telling Misha to stand out of the way, I will open the chest from above it. So I'm not standing where one would normally stand to open it.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. So there is a slight creaking sound, as if from your experience of like explore and your training and perhaps inherited memories, it's a creaking sound that is very familiar of that of like a dart trap, but it twangs ineffectually. It appears that whatever trap was here is long since functional or is out of ammo. Yeah. And now being able to see a closer look of the skeleton, you can see 3 darts stuck in his ribcage.
Unfortunate bastard.
Yes. I'm assuming you wish to look in the chest.
Yes.
Okay, so in the chest, and it's interesting that you in particular found this, there is a letter. Actually, no, this is in the hand of the skeleton. Sorry, there is a letter bearing a familiar seal. Also, you can see 3 black leather books, 3 scrolls, and various papers which you would have to have a bit of a further look into.
Alrighty. I will peruse those for the time being to see like what's going on. Let the others get an opportunity to do something
Okay.
while we
Yep.
embark on a study.
Right, so Octavian, Palmar, and Greed, you have entered this other chamber where the harpsichord looks like it would have played, but it hasn't. And you're looking at these alabaster figurines that were on the mantelpiece, but most of which appeared to be, your standard like dancing figures, but looking closely, some of them are actually skeletal in nature. So yeah. Is there anything in particular you would like to do whilst in here?
Palmer's going to look at the harpsichord and just go, play music.
The harpsichord sits there ineffectually, and if anything seems to get slightly dustier at your command.
Palmar, that's not how a musical instrument works. Silly boy.
Well, who was playing it then?
Greed will walk over and will have a look at the. You said there was a layer of dust around it.
Yeah, so this is the harpsichord over here, and the actual keys on it appear dusty as well, almost like it's not been played for a long time.
The harpsichord. Oh, this.
Yeah,
no,
this is a harp.
Yeah.
This is a harp. This is a harpsichord. It's a type of piano.
Oh, okay. Is there much dust around the harp?
Yes, the harp is also very dusty.
Okay. Are there any trails from either of them?
Roll me a perception or survival check, I guess.
Perception. Ah, fuck.
None that you can see.
Greed kind of like leans into the harpsichord and then shudders and leans away from it. All I know is that they really need to get somebody in to clean this place. It's disgusting. We'll probably pull out a handkerchief and hold it up to his face.
Octavian's going to wipe the seat down for the harpsichord, sort of do the whole dramatic flicking the back of his, like the tails of his jacket back, sit down, crack his fingers, stretch his hands out, crack his fingers, and I'm going to attempt to play it.
Oh, Lord help.
Before you do, Tank,
Yes.
roll me a D100.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
God, how do I do that? Oh, there we go. There's a
Yes.
button for it.
Yep. Okay. As you sit down on this particular seat, it is clearly designed for a much daintier and smaller frame than you, and it breaks beneath you, whacking your head against the wall.
I've forgotten that I'm like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
All you hear is...
on the
Sorry, go.
plus side, because of your height, sitting on the floor, it's actually now probably the right height for you.
All you hear is whack through his head and then go, oh, fuck.
Yeah. I knew that was going to happen.
Common, thank you. And yes, sitting on the floor, he'll just sort of crack his and attempt to play.
Roll me a performance check, I guess.
With my -1 charisma.
Greed's going to brace. Nice.
The cacophonous sound that echoes from this piano or harpsichord is almost enough to cause damage to Greed's ears for standing so close. Luckily, they braced themselves for it and were ready for...
Just kind of like lean over. It's like, no, and I'm going to attempt to correct him.
Okay, roll me a performance check yourself.
Why not? Let's go. Oh!
Somehow,
My ears are
it's
ringing.
even worse. You hear the snap of one of the strings on the inside.
Oh, it was old anyway. I think you might have burst one of my eardrums.
These things are very different from on my home plane.
Mine too.
Was that the sound of a wailing animal? Are all of you okay?
We're fine,
Yes,
darlings.
These two don't know how to play an instrument.
Oh, quiet you.
I do, just not these.
As we are hearing the sound of an animal, of a cat being butchered, Misha's eyes starting to glow and activating the divine sense.
Okay.
Divine sense.
Are there any specters in line of sight?
No.
Or whatever, space, celestial, demon, whatever can I detect?
I mean, I suppose technically you would detect Greed and yourself, but other than that,
Oh, you're a celestial fiend and undead.
yeah.
Well, maybe Ixie, Sigma.
What blocks that is? It's like a certain thickness of wood, right? Or is it just in line of sight?
It is line of sight. If it's behind total cover, I can't see it, so I can't see through a wall or a bookcase.
Okay, so yeah. I would. Yeah, you don't pick anything up other than like faint residuals from your party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, where's the actual? I swear there's an actual thing for this. Where's it gone? Anyway, I'm going to move back to the others who are currently looking at
Reading.
Yes.
We're having a bit of a study hall.
Okay, so would you be looking at the
I'm
books
looking at
from the library, the books from the secret room, or stuff you found in the chest?
the stuff in the chest is where Sigma's looking first.
Okay. Letter or the actual things inside the chest?
I will pick up the letter, but I will look at the black books in the chest first. They seem importantly stashed.
Okay, so the black books are flicking through them. They're actually blank, but based on the thickness and the quality of the leather, you would probably estimate each of these books to be worth 25 gold.
Mm.
So you're welcome to take those. A couple of other things you notice looking a bit closer, a few of the documents you can see are clearly legal documents.
Mm.
Embossed with like notary stamps and stuff.
I'll look to see if there's any like deeds or anything. Why not?
Yes. So what you find is you find the deed to this house,
Okay.
the deed to a windmill, and a signed will.
I presume from the Durst family.
Yes, the will is signed by Gustav and Elizabeth Durst and bequeaths the house, the windmill, and all other family property to Rosavalda and Thornbolt Durst in the event of their death. Yep.
All right. I will hand the will to Misha as I sort of look over his gear that he's wearing. I'll hand the legal documents to Misha, and I will pull the alchemical book from the shelf, as well as the Rituals of the Life Caller and Fantastic Devils, and I will stash those and the 3 black books away.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so feel free to add those to your sheet. I assume you know how to do that.
Yep.
So, and Misha, if you want to add the deeds to your sheet and the will to your sheet, you can.
No loot.
And whilst you're doing that, I will briefly go back to the others. Are you guys doing anything in here other than breaking instruments and chairs?
Palmar's currently waiting for Greed to tell him what to do next after being scolded.
Attentive one. I will have a look around, just see if anything seems out of place.
Okay, you can roll me a perception or investigation check. I will also say that you guys, as you came up the stairs, you did notice there's one other room on this floor.
One other room?
If you wanted to check that. Yes.
Yeah, in fact, I mean,
floor.
to be fair, if he didn't see anything with the first sweep of dust, then...
Yeah, so you've got this door over here.
Perfect. Come with me, Palmar.
But, okay.
Enough, we will find you some toys in a moment. Yeah, I'll try the door handle.
Okay, so you're able to open this door easily enough, and you find yourself in an undecorated bedroom containing a pair of beds with straw-stuffed mattresses. And I've got a bit more of a description for this. The room is dusty and undecorated. 2 lumpy straw-filled mattresses sit on worn-out bed frames from under which footlockers loom. Servants' uniforms hang in an open closet to your left. The dumb waiter yawns like a tired youth with no knowledge left in his head.
Okay. Just before Palmar enters the room, stop him. The suit of armor next to him. Just out of curiosity, what kind of armor is it?
So this armor is there's a wolf head for the. It's mostly ornamental, but there is a wolf head as the helmet. But yeah, it's just your standard sort of ornamental armor. Okay. Maybe with a bit of work reinforcing it, you might be able to make it somewhat functional.
What kind of armor?
Maybe.
Oh, sorry, go on.
So currently, from an ornamental perspective, it looks like plate, but you would know that looking at it, it's quite thin. If you took maybe some of these pieces to a blacksmith, whilst they wouldn't be able to make into plate, they might be able to make it into a lower level armor, like half plate, using like the pieces of metal together.
So I'll just kind of like, as I'm about to open the door, I'll just kind of like pause and look back at Palmar, look at the armor, look back at him. You would look rather charming in that. We'll just kind of flourish a little bit, and then we'll step into the room and description away.
Yeah, so essentially looks like, would Greed know what servants' quarters look like?
No.
I would have been described them, but I would have been glossing.
Yeah. So, yeah, you probably heard them described as more of, I would say, a threat of this is what sort of room you could end up in if you don't succeed.
Yeah.
And looking at it, I would say it probably makes you, like the level of dust and stuff, perhaps brings like a little bit of bile to your throat, sort of thing.
So this is where you live if you don't get your GCSEs.
Signal will peer in and be like, "Oh, it's much better than the cell."
I don't know, this is the closest thing I can think of to a cell. It's just,
You're not very well versed in things, are you?
well, it's just ghastly. Why would you want to live in a hovel like this?
What are you?
Looks at the floor and like there's a rug and like goes, "Okay."
Just kind of like put my hand on the bed and instantly recoil. It's like, oh, it's not even feathered.
I will say my
it's
vision
straw.
continues to be strange. Where?
Oh, I need to leave. I think I might.
What do you mean strange?
It's not updating when I move to see like a new area. It's just kind of.
Oh, do you
I
not
see
have
big
like
black
field of view, maybe?
squares.
Oh.
No, I see what you mean, because I was just looking at your... What the hell?
Like if I try to look in servants' quarters, it's kind of.
I know why that is. It's because there's no light in there and you... Wait, no, you do have dark vision.
Yeah, I do.
It is not showing you as having dark vision, that's what it is.
Woody, if you wanted to open the door, by the way, you can.
There you go, you now have... You should be able to see a bit better.
There
right
it
now.
goes. Okay.
Yeah,
Strange.
for some reason your token was not set up with dark vision.
Strange.
Just gonna check for the main. I think it's what happened was we updated your token last time rather than the actual main sheet, and so when I re-dragged out your token, it reverted.
Okay. I could try to fix that on the sheets.
I fixed on your sheet now.
Okay.
Woody, you have raised your hand.
Can Palmar go and get one of the chairs from the music room and just plonk it in front of one of these pieces of armor?
Yes, he can.
Cool, I'm going to do that.
How's he looking at it, by the way?
So he's going to sit down, pulls out a notebook from his bag, and he's just going to start scrawling and drawing. And then you see him furiously scribble bits out, and yeah, it's just inspecting it.
No.
Did someone suddenly learn to play how to use the harpsichord?
No, but you, for a brief moment, hear some faint singing, but then it stops because
the wrong soundtrack plays.
The books I took were the black leather-bound books, the Rituals of the Life Color, the Fantastic Devils, and the Alchemical Secrets are the ones that I took, Misha.
Okay, so you didn't take the book you couldn't read, and you left the other books from the library. Okay.
Yeah, you're free to take them. I just
What was it? Infernal book. I'll take that one.
Infernal book was
Something about
99
99
problems and a
problems
demon
and
ain't.
demon ain't one.
Yeah.
Nice. And Greed will lean down to Palmar as he's scribbling. Have you found something interesting for your collection?
There's some interesting design decisions made here. The helmet, interesting. I don't think it's practical though.
He'll walk over and just kind of like clang the helmet, just like dong dong. This would be something that I'd have in my entranceway. Is there like an insignia or like a crest?
On the shields, because they do have a shield, there is the windmill crest of the Durst family.
You see, this right here, this would definitely not be something that you want to wear in an actual fight, I'm sure. But definitely something nice to hang up for decoration.
Everything can be repurposed, Greed.
Oh, but of course! Look at yourself!
Sigma's quiet for a moment, and then starts laughing like a maniac.
Do you see, Palmar? This one has a sense of humor. Interesting.
You see all of the teeth lining. You see all 5 or 6 rows lining the top of their mouth, all meeting into a seam in the center, and all 5 or 6 rows on the bottom of their mouth.
Oh, Jesus, don't pop a seam, please. Anyway, just like quickly turns away, giving the same look to Palmar, like, what the fuck? Do you think
Palmar
you'd
wouldn't
be...
be...
Oh, God.
Wouldn't be picking up on the social cues. It's not oblivious to them.
Oh, don't worry. So, do you think that you'd be able to do anything with these? Of course, if the Durst family don't mind, I'm sure it's better used, well, being used, I guess, practically, rather than sat here, wipes a finger along the armor, gathering dust.
Gathering Durst, you mean?
No, get out of here.
That would have been a perfect episode name.
I'm going to be changing.
It can still
we
change.
now know what the YouTube one will be.
Sorry, go on.
Pardon, Misha, what's a YouTube?
Oh, don't worry.
That is one of those cylindrical pipes that are shaped in this weird curve.
A weird pipe. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, Palmar.
Before I come out of the room with the harp, I just want to give it another just sort of quick look around, sort of make sure nothing's fallen under anywhere, that sort of thing. I mean, in
yeah,
defense,
you can give me
in defense, I was still sort of on my arse.
Yeah. Give me a full perception check.
16.
So looking about, you don't find much in this room. It just seems like this room hasn't been used for a long time.
I will use the instrument to stand up, so I'll be putting full weight on the front of it.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, I'll get up and take a walk out.
Yeah. The piano itself is more capable of taking your weight, though you do hear it creak. And Zaelong, you raise your hand?
Yeah, I wanted to check the darts in the skeleton. Are they just normal darts? Are they lined with a
Roll me an
special coating?
investigation check.
Investigation.
Whilst it looks like this skeleton has been here a while, it's a skeleton. You can see perhaps where the metal tip of the dart has been, not so much stained, but worn away slightly differently through age, suggesting that at one point it did have a coating on it. But as to what that might be, it could be anything at this point.
Yeah, not. If I don't recognize it, it's probably not useful. Okay. Where is the rest? Is there nothing else? Nope.
So we've been in this one over here.
Yeah, that was the servant.
You wouldn't fit
quarters.
in there.
It looks like the only way to go is up.
It's quite a luxurious room, Octavian.
I will suck in the gut and squeeze through.
It is clearly not a luxurious room. This looks... Actually, for Octavian, whilst you were the captain of a ship and you perhaps had a better room than most, this reminds you of perhaps some of your berths on smaller ships that you had been part of when you were rising up through the ranks. So it's not, and for you, someone like you who has at probably points slept on floors or in hammocks and stuff, this has a certain simple luxury to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What's here?
That is the dumbwaiter.
Oh, okay.
Which yawns open like a poorly educated child, apparently.
Yeah, fair enough. I will breathe in again and squeeze back out.
Yep.
The trick is to breathe out and become smaller.
Yeah, it's not too bad in there. I've been in worse cabins.
I said it was better than a cell. Greed didn't agree with me.
God, no.
You should have been on some of the ships that I've been on in my years.
That's also something I never want to do.
I don't know. The astral sea's beautiful sometimes of the year.
There's this other weird wall. There should be a room, but I can't find a door.
What do you mean?
This room.
Yeah, again, there is no... You found this downstairs as well. There's this odd shape to the room suggesting that there should be something there, but you can't find an entranceway. Even looking about for a while, nothing shows. If there is something, you've either missed it or it's further up.
Mm-hmm.
If only one of us had an axe, we could take an axe to it.
I mean, I could charge at the wall.
Let's not risk that quite yet.
War, £1,000.
Wouldn't want you getting a concussion. You only have one skull.
Wasn't there supposed to be the baby on the next floor?
Yes.
That was something that was mentioned, yes.
I forgot about that.
Let's check out the kids.
Okay.
Another statue.
Yeah, so there's another suit of armor up here. This one looks a bit more sturdy and well built.
Ooh.
And as you get to their Sigma, We are. Everyone get up the stairs because I want to roll us onto initiative.
Oh boy.
No, people want to stay down.
Yep.
I've lost people. I'm at the top of the stairs. Oh, no, we've gone downstairs.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
you've
we
gone
went
downstairs
up.
rather than. Yeah,
That's
you've
why.
gone down rather than up.
Oh, I hate these staircases. Spiral staircases are evil.
Yep. So I'm just gonna.
I was going to say, Palmar would have been pushed in front of Greed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm downstairs now.
Yeah,
I rolled
did
so
not
well, and then -3. Fun.
All right.
Out of the way. There we go. That sounds about right for Greed.
And I'm gonna say I'm treating this as a surprise round. So the animated armor will get to go, then you guys will get to go, and then it will go back to normal initiative.
Cool.
So the surprise round that Chris does.
Yeah.
So he basically gets a temporary initiative 100 until the end of the round. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's gonna take a swing at Sigma. And another swing at Sigma.
Goddamn.
And now Palmar, it's your turn. As you've come up the stairs, you've seen this set of armor creak and then clock Sigma round the face twice, perhaps splitting open some stitches. They look quite injured by the.
Okay. Palmar's just going to move forward, bring his fists up, and attempt to punt.
Okay. That is a miss, unfortunately.
But
Anything is a bonus action?
No, that's his turn done.
Okay, Misha, you're up.
Oh, are you a monk? Misha will gather his flail. Let's see how this works.
Okay, that is
Nice.
a solid hit. And also that animation was really cool. But yeah, that's a good hit.
Sigma maybe step back. Maybe everyone stand back. That's my turn. Because I don't have a bonus action.
Yep. Alright, Sigma.
Oh wait, I do have a bonus action.
Oh, do your bonus action.
Ensnaring. Can I try to shove it prone?
Sure. Is that as the result of your weapon?
Ensnaring for my weapon, yeah.
Yeah, if that's something that you can.
How do I share it? I can't share it. But anyway, that will be a contested athletics or acrobatics.
Okay, which for this is just going to be a straight strength check, and I'm pretty sure it can't beat it.
That sucks.
Yep. And you're trying to knock it prone, which it isn't immune to, so it is knocked prone.
Lay down.
As imagining as you whack your flail round like the leg, you pull it back and it falls to the floor. Or something like that.
Yep.
Alright, Sigma, you now have a prone target in front of you.
Yes. Could I, if he is prone? Sorry, my brain is just going a little wild. I need to remove this as well because that's not.
Melee attacks are with advantage. He has disadvantage on attacks.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will draw the. I will just grab the two large brutish blades that are hanging at my hips and strike.
Nice, let's go.
Yep, that is a very solid hit.
And
And I'm pretty sure that, yeah, like
Don't
the
you also
necrotic.
need to re-roll the necrotic as well?
No, I'm pretty sure the slashing doesn't get multiplied. We'll have to double check that with Chris. I'm actually not sure.
It does not. Think about it. It does not multiply.
Yeah.
Sad.
And then I will. Which is 5.
Second blow misses, unfortunately. But because these are light weapons, you do still have your bonus action, if I remember correctly, with the homebrew stuff that we're doing. So if you've got a bonus action that you want to do,
I don't believe I have a bonus action because I'm trying not to waste my spell casting, as it were.
Okay. Then that it for you?
Yeah, I think for the moment.
Okay, so Octavian, you're up next.
Yep. I am hearing the sounds of the Macklin coming up the stairway. I'm just going to charge through it, or up, just sprint.
Yep.
And duck past here.
Yep.
And I've got my shillelagh already because I cast that last session.
You remember how to target things and stuff, right?
I want to say it's control, but it's alt, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's one of the other.
That's a hit. Okay, and that is a good blow.
Let's go.
Nice.
I hate to say this, but there's no sound coming through on the stream.
Fuck. What? Wait, are you sure you haven't muted the stream?
No, it's definitely not.
I can hear the stream. So
Yeah, are you sure you haven't muted it, Chris?
No, I got volume up.
Do you have your browser
we
muted?
Could hear it. We could hear it when we started.
Yeah, I've just double checked. It's still operational.
Oh,
still good sound.
Okay, weird. Just me then. Weird. Alright. Ignore me then.
Oh.
No worries. Ignoring Chris.
Oh. Chris, could you type to me the changes you made to healers kit we discussed the last week? Because I forgot what we did.
Whilst that's going on, you're up.
That'll be my turn.
Alright, you're up, Greed. I think you're downstairs.
Yeah, so I will move upstairs. There we go. Well, I'd say I'm upstairs. I don't see anyone. Oh wait, no, I've gone
Are you
downstairs.
sure you're
What the
upstairs?
fuck?
Yeah, I think you went downstairs again.
Alright, let me just
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. I won't. Yeah, I'm not going to penalise your movement. I know roughly where you were, so.
It would have been 5. That would have been 10 feet.
Yeah.
But
so the target is prone.
Yeah, so I'm actually gonna sit like just below the stairs, kind of like firing up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be head glitching.
Yeah.
and I'm going to try and shoot him through Palmar's legs. So I'm going to be at disadvantage anyway because I'm ranged.
Yeah. That is
12,
a miss, unfortunately.
Gotcha. I will bonus action. How's it looking on the floor there?
It's looking very battered, like its armor is, it's like lost parts of its armor and stuff at this point.
Gotcha. In that case, I'll hold off and end my turn there.
Right. Palmar, you're up.
Cool.
Beat you up, Palmar!
Yeah.
Oh,
Throw it over the stairwell, Palmar.
Hit him with the steel chair.
Help.
Oh, he is in a very difficult position. He's gonna be dead before his turn is up.
I'm just gonna punch him.
Yeah, and with that final blow, how do you want to do this? I suppose
Let's
how
go.
you're filling this armor.
He's gonna try and sort of go for a couple of disabling jabs, aimed mainly around the shoulder socket.
Okay.
Remembering some of his tricks in previous bouts, in trying to disable and neutralize his opponent as swiftly and as effectively as possible. So just, like that.
Yeah, so with a few like swift jabs, you're aiming for a disabling blow, but whatever was holding this armor together, what spirit or magic, it seems like on your blows sort of falls apart, and you just see like the arms of the armor fall to the side, and then it just sort of crumples down, and the helmet rolls off and rolls down the stairs past Greed's feet.
Greed will walk up the stairs and put a hand on his shoulder and say, "And this is why I keep you around."
And with the combat over, and I'll actually end the combat, you begin to hear the sound of a baby wailing. You hear this coming from the room to the south.
Greed would see as Sigma literally puts his jaw back into place with his hands.
I'm not gonna lie, I was picturing Sigma but missing the bottom jaw.
it was hung open like Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic.
Yep.
Upon doing
here,
that,
let me fix that a bit, and I'll try to readjust your jaw slight. And where is it?
You see that there are teeth lining the inside of his throat. It's bad.
Here, let me give you 2 hit points worth of healing.
Wow.
What you can do with it?
Let's make it 3.
Oh wait, I can do something.
Yeah.
Did that work? Did that give me 3 hit points? I don't think it did.
Sorry, let me
just add them on manually. The 3.
I can't do this from here.
Okay.
I'm
just...
Sorry, go on.
No, you go on with what you were doing.
I'm gonna cast Goodberry.
Oh, you can.
Fair.
You can do that too. I'm not prepared to do that today, but
I'm gonna do Goodberry and hand 2 berries to each person.
1, 2, 3, 4. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, everyone has 2 berries.
Yeah. As you are casting this, Octavian, you notice, and you're probably used to this sound more than most, you can hear the sound of dripping water as if from a spigot from the room next to you.
Those damn spigots.
As there is this seemingly invested effort of healing, Palmar's going to take the social cue and touch Sigma, and I would like to cast Cure Wound.
What are you?
Why are you not having a weapon?
Just to mess with people a little bit more while they try and work out what Palmar is.
Alright, so that should put you back up to full then.
Yep.
So, alright, you've got a choice of one,
Level 1
two,
as well.
three,
No
four
multi-class.
rooms.
Can I
Okay.
do a... Sorry, I was going to say, can I just have a look at like just a general search in this room? We've just been jumped by a suit of armor. I
Yeah.
want to look around first.
Yeah, you can roll me a general perception check. So, that's very good. So, the air up here is choked with dust. The walls carved with autumn woodland scenes are mounted by unlit oil lamps. The infant cries cut the silence, whilst this cobweb suit of armor, now scattered amongst the floor, would have been standing in eternal vigilance, but now it is, well, its head somewhere watching something. With your look, you also notice that between the autumn decadence of the wood paneling, of the trees and fallen leaves and dancing critters, corpses swing from the branches whilst worms burst from the ground in teeming swarms.
Because that's not creepy at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems to be a rather recurring theme of this place that's got worse as you've gone up, as well as, I would say at this point, Octavian, and to be honest, everyone would notice, the further you've gone up, the worse, the more in disrepair this place seems to be.
As I said earlier,
etc.
As I said earlier, agreed. It wouldn't mean this place is occupied, does it?
Well, I would hope it would be occupied because it's ghastly.
Maybe better if it's no longer occupied.
Maybe I should give the details of my... Ah, fuck, I can't remember the word.
Is that a spider on your shoulder, Creed?
Not a spider, but a particularly large clump of dust.
Fuck it, for flavour.
Yeah. So, Misha,
that was an all too real squeal, though.
I'm looking for the sound of the child.
Okay, right. So, just before you enter the room, I'm gonna do this. So, just as you reach for the door, you pause, craning your ear for the sound of this crying. The wailing of a newborn echoes throughout the suite. A young woman's voice seemingly trying to quiet the child, poorly singing a lullaby. Gently, you tease open the door, finding no one inside. Instead, the cries come from behind a thin door to your side. Hush, little baby. Don't say a word. Mama's going to buy you a Blinsky toy. And if the toy don't work, Walter, stop crying. Please, stop crying. Morning Lord's light. Please just stop crying.
What's a Blinsky?
That's what you get from that?
Isn't that like those balloon airships?
That's a blimp.
Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth.
What's a blimp?
Yeah.
What's a blimp? Where are we?
Big balloon filled with hot air. Kind of like you, I suppose, Greed.
I'll knock on the door.
Palmar, no.
There is
I shall
no
hold back.
response.
Inner wealth,
Ma'am,
dude. Think of your inner
are you
wealth.
okay?
Oh,
There is still no response.
I'll open the door.
Okay. So, sorry, I'll just describe the actual main room. Should have done that. Cobwebs are everywhere in this room, along the windows, between the poster beds, stretched across the wardrobe. Even the mirror set into the wall is draped in the eerie silk. Stained glass doors lead to the balcony you saw from outside, and gloomy, dust-choked air haunts this place like a distant memory. So as you open the door, you see what appears to be a nursery, decorated in strange toys, a mobile of black and white bats, a rocking chair in the shape of a wolf. A black shroud embroidered in windmills covers the cribs. No woman can be found. Perhaps she left for the balcony, but Walter still cries from his crib.
It's a spirit. This mirror, there's a mirror, right? Can I turn the mirror around so I can look into the room through the mirror? Might or might not do stuff. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
sometimes people see stuff through a mirror that you can't see otherwise.
Sorry, did you say you're trying to move the mirror to do that?
Yes.
Okay. The mirror is fixed into the wall, but you can give me, I guess, an athletics check to try and remove it.
Oh, it's fixed to the. It's not a standing mirror.
No, it's like embedded into the wall. But you notice it's in an ornate frame carved in the likeness of ivy and berries. Eyeballs, you notice, are scattered amongst the berries as well. Seems like whilst you look in this mirror, it looks at you.
Mind if I move you a bit?
Oh shit, nice.
The green is full of hot air.
Okay, as you are trying to wrench this mirror off the wall, your finger actually presses into one of the eyeballs, poking it, and the mirror actually begins to move, revealing a hidden passage behind it.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Secret da-da!
Green is full
Guys.
of hot air. I thought he was full of writhing flesh, like everyone else.
I found a child, and I found a secret staircase.
And we can hear the child screaming.
Does this place smell like children?
Well,
like just as a if I put my nose to the air, does it smell like children?
Roll me a perception check. It mostly smells of dust, and decay, but perhaps with a whiff of unchanged diaper.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, at least we know that it's alive. Whoopee, I guess.
That's a great question.
Go on, Misha.
Oh, did I actually was able to turn the mirror?
Yes, but unfortunately it's turned to face the other way towards
okay.
Yeah. And
so it's opened out.
Seeing the rest of this room in the reflection, there's no change to it. It doesn't seem like this mirror has any special properties. Or
can we still not draw?
What do you mean draw? You want to draw?
Oh no, I don't.
But yeah, it swung it swung outward so that the mirror is facing towards this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the crib is there in this side room, and you can still hear the crying coming from it.
Greed, you're good with people. Why don't you deal with the child?
I'm good with people. Children are not people. They're
Just
creatures.
younger people.
Disgusting, icky, loud creatures. Perhaps you should go. It might think you're a teddy bear or something.
Sigma smiles at you. It's very disconcerting.
I'm sure they will adore you.
Oh.
The way that
Probably
you see Sigma standing in the doorway, it is like the opposite side of a fable, like the wolf about.
We kind of like
children.
wide-eyed. Greed's just gonna lean
Come
against the
on.
banister and
Okay.
wait for them to deal with him.
Yeah.
Here, little child. Where's your nanny?
So, as you're saying that, are you touching over the crib?
Mm-hmm. Wait, are you asking or are you describing?
No, I'm asking if that's what you're doing, because obviously to have a better look at the baby, there's a shroud covering the thing. So, or are you just talking through the shroud?
I would remove some of the shroud so I can look through it.
Okay. You lift the shroud and nothing's there. The wailing gone. The baby nowhere to be found. Just an empty bundle. And then you hear her on the bed behind you. A weeping woman, skeletal thin, dressed in a soiled white gown. She looks over her shoulder, hair hanging like rotted vines. Her face stretches impossibly far into a ghastly visage, and she screams. The flesh falls from her face in tattered chunks. One leg shifts through the bed, and in single stride, her bleeding claws are at your throat. And once again, we're going into initiative.
Round two, baby, let's go.
Oh, rather. Okay. So wrong.
Question, DM.
Yep.
Given that Palmar has just spent the last however long staring at this suit of armor on the floor, can I roll my initiative with disadvantage?
Yes,
he's not
yes,
paying
you
attention.
Can. Sure.
Oh, there she is.
Yep.
Still not lost. How does that work?
She wasn't there before. Stupid
Nope.
bitch.
The observer. There we go.
Yeah, but I am going to say, in this case, because of the way it's described, I am going to give her that initial initiative again, like a surprise, because it literally says she is there at your throat. So she will go first, and then we'll follow from there. And she's going for you, Misha.
The last thing you hear is,
Sure.
"Is everything okay in there?"
But
nice.
No.
Bloody clawed hand tries to grab at you, but is unable to be successful. Now it's your turn, Sigma. It appears that a true monster has arrived, a spirit.
Yes.
Of some kind.
Licking my chops almost. I will. Yeah, I will. What would be best here? I will sort of yell to Greed, like I will. It would appear there's a beast.
A beast? Can you handle it?
We may need magic.
Okay.
And I will, because it is my best option.
Yeah.
The Hunter's Mark to up your damage potential. Nice. Okay, very solid hit.
And a D6.
Yeah.
And the D6, yep. And the second one will also hit. So,
Nice.
Wait,
Yeah.
the slicing probably doesn't work against Spectre.
Hasn't applied it.
and here's my Hunter's Mark, because I don't know if that applies properly, but
Okay, and that would be as the same type of damage, but it comes from a spell. So does that count as magical? I'm
It's
now
a- I think it's up to you.
yeah, I'm just
DM's discretion.
I'm
What
just
do you-
reading the spell. Deals an extra, and you mystically marks it. I'm gonna say for this particular case, I'm gonna say no, because I need to think on that. And I'm pretty sure it's applying the same damage, so it's kind of functioning like sneak attack, and sneak attack wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'll say. So you've managed to deliver quite a sizable chunk of, you've managed to hit this thing quite hard twice. But as your blades cut through, the misty form that this is composed of almost seems to not be as heavily impacted as you'd expect. It's managed to weather the blows quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else on your turn?
I will yell out, I'm quite out of holy water, so I may need some assistance.
Right, Reed, you're up.
Okay. Would you say I have line of sight from there?
From where you are,
Where
yes,
are you?
but it's going to have partial
Oh.
cover from you. I'm going to give that 3/4 cover from you if you...
That is fine. I am not going in there if I see the spooky bitch in the doorway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just going to raise up my finger guns. Also, for some weird reason, I have 2 Eldritch Blasts. I don't know why.
I'm not sure why that is.
I was just
will
trying to
have a look
compare
at that in
the
a
two,
moment.
but I couldn't see a difference. But anyway, yeah, I'll just fire.
Fire in the hole.
Why is it rolling with
I
advantage?
don't know why that rolled with advantage.
Yeah, that would have been a 3
A miss.
plus something, so miss, yeah.
Yeah. It's not like you're in the dark or hidden or anything from it, so not sure on the automation way for that. But okay. Yeah, so unfortunately that was a miss. Your blast, due to the cover and everything, you can't get a clear shot, and it just hits the doorway and chips the wall slightly. And then I'll just pick up its cover for now.
Palmar, prepare yourselves.
Right, Octavian, you're up.
Just want to see. Yep, that'll be fine. So, where's the? Give me control of my character again. There we go. So 30 to there. So I
Yep.
can still get to it there.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm a shillelagh.
Okay, shillelagh away.
You're giving it the old Irish bonk.
Oh, no.
Fortunately, you miss. Anything as a bonus?
I don't think I
Okay. Then we shall move to the next thing on our initiative, which is not Palmar. Because someone opened a door. Which means I can bring out
Oh no.
Oh,
Greed's worst nightmare.
fuck.
The animated broom.
No.
As
You
soon as I said,
the other lot just hear like the loudest audible scream that out like it's louder
At
than
least
the
you can hit
banshee.
those.
Ah!
The most worthless attack, too.
It hits twice? That's me out. What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, so you are on what is known as Death's Door.
Oh, we're doing that. Okay, yeah. So you're still alive. Yeah.
Yeah, so technically you're still alive, and we'll apply the exhaustion shortly. So you are at 1 level of exhaustion. You are not. I'm just gonna. Does it add that? Yeah, and then I'll knock you back up to 0. So for those at home, because you might not have watched some of the other shows, rather than using the traditional death save mechanic, we're using Death's Door. When you drop to 0, you are knocked prone, which has it. You gain 1 level of exhaustion, and you gain the state of on Death's Door. Each time you take a hit whilst on Death's Door, you essentially have to roll a DC 10 con save. If you fail that DC 10 con save, you're flat out dead. But each time you succeed con save, I think it's 2 more levels of exhaustion. I need to double check.
It is
so,
2.
And which obviously, with how exhaustion is working for that, each level of exhaustion is a cumulative -1 to all D20 rolls. So it becomes harder and harder to pass. And with that, Palmar, you're up. And goddamn this broom.
not again, James.
Seeing Greed fall to the floor. And just let out this giant roar as he runs towards this broom.
Hulk smash.
Yeah. I'm just going to punch it. Just
Punch the broom.
Just punch it. Maybe
Unfortunately,
not.
the broom with seemingly practice ease sweeps your hand out the way and then just sort of repositions itself. Anything as bonus?
No, I've got no bonus abilities.
Okay, then we're at Misha.
Would I know if silvered weapons are effective against ghosts?
That's a good question. Roll me a quick, I'm going to say, nature, religion, or arcana check.
That's gotta be religion.
You're not sure, but in your head, you're like, well, they gave me a silver weapon for monster hunting. It must be good.
In that case, I will use my Lightbrand weapon, dagger.
Yep. It's a hit. You do some damage.
Good enough.
Unfortunately, the silver doesn't seem to have any additional effect.
But did it do the full damage?
No.
Or did it do the half damage?
The half, unfortunately.
The half,
it seems
okay.
silver doesn't overcome with spell.
The resistance, okay.
Yeah. And you're like, God damn it, why did they give me a silver dagger?
Yeah,
Anything as a
that's
bonus? I
only
don't know if you do.
Nope. That's only on the flail.
Okay, then Sigma, you're up again.
Yeah, I will sort of almost spinning as I use the walls and like using my feet on the walls and the ceiling and the floor in tandem, as though no surface is quite off limits to me.
Yeah,
I will attack it again.
that's a hit.
And then
And your 2d6 from your And with that, it seems that you have met your mark, because you actually do bring this down. The Spectre lets out to Garthilao. Walter! Stop crying! And then vanishes into nothingness.
and I will hearing the commotion, rush forward, and I can reapply my Hunter's Mark.
As a bonus, yep.
It is a bonus, and I will reapply it. I don't know the way that I'll just cast the spell again, I guess.
Yeah, just cast it, but don't consume the spell slot.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So
And I will say I am like climbing like on the wall, so technically I'm slightly above the walking spot.
Okay. That's your turn.
Yep.
Right. Greed, you're up. You are still awake and able to do stuff, but you are prone and there's an enemy. And when you attack, I'm pretty sure it does half damage.
Half damage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I thought the exhaustion was bad enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Death's Door's bad.
Yeah.
You need to get off Death's Door before you're dealing your normal damage again.
So how do I come off Death's Door? Is it just by healing?
Basically,
getting healed by at least one.
You can eat a good berry.
So you have 2 good berries.
Oh, okay. Would that be an action to eat a good berry?
I think so.
Takes an action to apply or eat a good berry.
Oh,
yeah. So that would be an action.
Greed's not going to do that. Greed is going to, using Palmar, he's going to climb his way back to his feet, and he's going to raise a hand up towards the broom, and fire starts flickering from his hand. I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Okay.
And
try not to hit your allies, I guess.
Yeah.
Unless you don't care.
You care enough about your big murder bets?
I'm trying to think of great. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna have to roll. I'm gonna get my big rub dice.
I am not on the floor as a note.
Yeah.
Greed stands up, just points his hand, blind fires.
Okay. The broom makes the saving throw.
What?
That's half damage.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah, they're dexterous.
The broom is surprisingly dexterous.
That's so fucked. But does it burn 'cause it's wood?
surprisingly, it is not vulnerable to fire.
Is it one of those like really like awful cinnamon brooms that you can buy during like October?
It's possible. It's essentially I'm gonna say it's one of those like very old brooms where the wood is almost too old to burn. Like it's almost become like metallic in its age.
Damn.
Yeah,
Pain.
but you hit it, did
Cool.
some damage. I'm gonna remove that template though. Just
Thank you.
and between. Okay. So you've got up. You've tried your thing. You've done some damage. And we'll go to Octavian.
This is what I'm trying to work out. Can I slip along sort of the side of the room to get into here? Or
Yes.
not really? Yeah? Oh, that's great.
Yeah, because you can move through your allies' squares,
Yep.
so yeah, you're just gonna have to like move.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then into there. So
Yeah,
that
it's
frees
tight
up this
squeeze,
area.
but allow. Yeah.
Yep. And then I'm just gonna have to shillelagh it.
Wood versus wood.
Nice.
The shillelagh hits. The shillelagh breaks it. Your shillelagh wood is more powerful than the thing, and with that, the combat is over.
I will pull
You
out
have-
a rat in a jar
Oh no.
and cast my hunter's mark on it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
How long does it last
Literally
for?
8 hours.
An hour.
What? That's so mad. Oh my
So-
god, that's so good.
Wait, 8 hours? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Hunter's mark.
That's so smart.
Wait,
Yeah,
is it not smart
so-
1 hour? Or is it
Oh,
the update from Chris?
For up to 8 hours, yeah. Oh, no,
Right,
it's 3rd
so,
or 4th one. So it's, it can last up to an hour for now. Yeah.
So just keep it in mind for now that
Yep.
you've got that. I guess keep the concentration on.
Yep. I will.
Greed looks battered, like
Yeah.
their hair's all over the place. Some of their clothes are heavily dusty.
Hey,
I'm not sure whether Greed is more distressed by the beating or the fact that they're now filthy and on the floor.
Palmar, you will feel Greed, like, his legs trembling as he, like, starts falling to the floor. I don't know what I'm more pissed off at. The fact that that just happened, or the fact that the Durst family have had a sentient broom and they can't even clean their fucking house.
Sigma will reach into a healer's kit and hold out a sickly-looking liquid up to
Oh
you.
no.
Greed is like recoiling back. I'd rather die.
I'm going to administer medication.
As Greed says that, Palmar's just going to stand on his foot, like stomp on his foot.
Oh no.
I will make him drink a usage of my healer's kit, which will raise him up to 1 hit point.
Okay. So we will bring you up to 1 hit point, Greed.
How squishy is he?
I have 8 hit points.
That's 1.
And I have 9 hit points. And I have an AC of 11.
So 8 more.
That was a combination of juniper and anise stalks.
Was it actually quite pleasant? I feel like it would be.
Oh yeah, it was oddly pleasant. It looked awful. It looked like a hellscape of.
After recoiling, you'll see like an eyebrow twitch, like up, and then he'll go back to grimace. It's like no.
It's almost sweet, like it was made to be palatable to like kids. Like
Oh, okay. It's like cow pole.
more in the sense of it's designed to be sweeter than it looks.
Gotcha. That was horrible. Palmar, I don't think I can walk. Carry me.
Just
Be still.
just go. Just sit down. I'm gonna hand both good berries over to Greed. Sit down, eat. I always feel better after a good meal.
You're right. You're so wise. And Greed will go through the good berries. So that was that my
So,
2 and your 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, eating these 4 good berries, you feel like you have been at the most decadent feast ever, because each of these is enough to feed a person for a day, and you've just eaten 4 of them. You're feeling slightly bloated, but healthier.
Palmar, I'm so full. I don't think I can walk. Carry me.
Just sit there and be quiet for a minute.
You're so wise. So wise. And Greed will just just bonks on his armor.
Can I throw the remnants of the broom into the cleaning closet and lock the door? Close the door?
Yeah, sure. That's what you want to do.
Yeah. We don't want to see this anymore.
DM, what state is the armor in?
So the armor itself is actually, whilst it's taken some dents and it's a bit aged, it's not bad. You definitely think you could probably do something with it. It's much better quality than the stuff downstairs. You would perhaps guess, looking at this, that maybe this was even I can't think of his name. Then the father of the house's actual armor, perhaps on a stand, or
Fred.
The patriarch, or what's the word?
yeah, the patriarch, essentially. Yeah,
Fred's armor.
yeah, Fred. Sure.
Is the helmet red?
Oh no,
No.
I see someone walking to a door.
Is it? Just looking at it, do I get the sense whether it's heavy or medium, or would it be
Let me
considered
have a
light?
look. So it's definitely not light armor. It's definitely metal. Just for simplicity's sake, with the damage it's taken, and I'm actually just going to check something.
Would it be on the same? Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the damage it's taken, using the magic you are capable of, which no one here seems to know what you're capable of, you think you could probably repair this into a state that it would probably function like half plate.
Okay.
Some of the other bits from the fight are a bit too battered to be used, but there's probably enough to fashion into a suit of half plate.
Okay.
Which is medium armor.
Yeah.
Is there anything left of the ghost on my my blades? Is there ectoplasm?
There is a faint ectoplasmic residue that spells out the word water on your blade.
Excuse me, what?
Yep.
Walk towards your blades?
No,
Walter.
water on the blade. The name of the baby, basically.
It appears there's a bit of a remnant.
Yeah.
I will wipe it into a vial.
This?
No, it literally it says water on the sword. Literally just the word water.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
It says Walter.
Yeah.
Yeah, not water.
As you get close and are wiping this to wipe the residue off carefully into a vial. You feel you can almost hear like a faint resonance of the screaming until you wipe away the ectoplasm into the vial, and then it goes quiet.
Mm-hmm. Sort of stopper it and like I put it among it. Like it's inside my healer's kit. There's like a side that has medicine, and then there's just a side with like vials that are all like vaguely labeled.
Yeah, I like to think that you used the vial that you fed Reed to fill this up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I repurposed it.
Yeah. I'm also going to say that when the broom was tossed, the remnants of the broom were tossed away into the thing, you just saw the words written on it, weatherwax. Yep.
It would appear they used haunted broom wax.
Yeah.
Why does the name sound familiar?
While these lot are doing this, Palmar's just going to kneel over the armor. Just start casting that.
Yep. Well, I like the sigil that they've gone with for that. But yeah, you're able to repair bits and pieces of this. You're missing the helmet, which has gone rolling down the stairs somewhere, but the rest you can. But to be honest, it's more of a human helmet, whereas you're dragonborn, so it probably wouldn't fit very well.
Yeah, he's not. The helmet is not of interest, but it's all the other parts. He's going to spend some time trying to repair all the bits and pieces, not just the torso piece. Because the other bits he's interested in as well.
Yeah, so you're able to make yourself basically by repairing, you can essentially make it into half plate if you want that added to your sheet, or you can add that to your sheet if you know how you do it.
Yeah. You could use one of the wolf helmets. It may fit a dragonborn.
Whack. Just gonna add that. There you go. I've added some half plate to your sheet.
Cool.
Like, half plate's lighter than scale mail.
I just saw that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm double checking that's. No, yeah, half plate is lighter.
It makes sense.
Weird.
Like, half plate is a thinner, stronger metal. Is generally what.
Yeah. It's just that threw me for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, that's 5 pounds lighter.
Scale mail is a lot of double layered metal stuff.
Yeah.
So that does make sense.
The scale mail goes over chainmail, so.
Yeah, it makes sense once you think about it, but just initially it's like, what? Yeah, so you've obviously still got, you've got the way up that you found and the hidden entrance, and you've also got
there is the
room.
Door in the bedroom, and there is this room
and
this door.
Yep. So it's up to you where you go next.
Are you quite all right, Reed?
Just about.
Let's just make sure nothing gets to Greed. Stuff will be okay.
He'll use the banister and get to his feet.
Sigma will help you to your feet.
Where's I'm missing someone.
Octavian
oh, there they are.
Underneath the dead broom, yeah.
Just tell me if you take a second to like look at his hand. Well, if he helps you up.
Oh yeah. Because if you like reach down towards him, he would have recoiled anyway slightly. Before.
As you sort of see the claws at the end of Sigma's hand, you would see that they don't really have like the smooth texture of claws. They look more like teeth than claws.
What?
Look at his art. He does have teeth where his claws should be.
He'll like take you buy the wrist instead.
A little pink that shows very clearly its teeth.
Thanks.
Yeah. Right.
And then he'll
Okay,
probably
so
lean on Palmar to walk.
Yeah. As you open this door, it's the mold that hits you first, assailing your senses, twisting its tongue down your throat like a rabid lover. The wooden tub of this bathroom is furry with moss. The hand towels hanging from a rod, once embroidered with golden windmills you see, are now tattered rags. You look for the source of the water, that slow dripping you heard as you approach the jaw, but you find that the spigot is dry and there is no sign of any dripping.
Sigma looks at Misha and be like, are all bathrooms like this?
No. Normally they're more moist, less fluffy.
That's the end of that. That's a
Yeah, that's a no. That's a big no. I'm not gonna investigate that shit.
Okay. Alright. So the doors to this room are a pair of double doors painted with stained glass. As you approach and peer at them, perhaps wiping away some of the dust, you can see that the stained glass depicts, of course, windmills. The hinges squeal at your touch as you open the doors, revealing a magnificent suite choked with dust and neglect. A rotting tiger skin rug lies before the ashen fireplace, watched over by a wilting portrait of the Durst parents. The four-poster bed's curtains hang open, revealing yellowing sheets, while the wind-wrapped door leading out towards a balcony. Where are the servants, you can't help but wonder, demand even. Where are the Durst? How might the first two floors be so immaculate while the third is such a rotting travesty?
You've been
Yeah,
quiet.
Okay.
Oh.
Go on.
Hmm?
I was about to say, Octavian, what do you think?
Well, it's definitely worse for wear up here.
I'm not gonna be blindsided again.
Something doesn't feel
Okay. There is no presence of any fiend, undead, celestial, etc. in here. It just seems, unless your divine sense just picks up a thick layer of dust.
Evil dust.
By the way, Divine Sense also should pick up Hello or something like that. Is there something on the house as well with that effect?
No.
Okay.
The house is not hallowed or desecrated. I believe it's the opposite of hallow.
Yeah.
He
Or
was wiping off
unhallowed.
his vanity. Sigma's gonna look and he's just gonna calmly go, so that's what I looked like.
Yep. Actually, so on the vanity, you also see a jewelry box made of silver with gold filigree.
Sure, I'll pick that up.
Would you like to look inside?
Sure.
Inside, you find 3 gold rings and a thin platinum necklace with a topaz pendant.
I try
Sorry.
them on in front of the mirror.
The rings are a bit too big for your fingers, a bit too small for your fingers, clearly designed for someone of a slender frame. So a voice in your head, you hear briefly go, if only we had my hands, I could wear these. But the necklace fits, and The sort of topaz pendant honestly stands out quite nicely against the paleness of your skin. Clashes a little with your hair, but honestly, against the paleness of like your skin/fur, it's not bad.
I can imagine as soon as Reed walks in and sees Sigma by the vanity, he's like, "Oh, thank God!" Rushes over and is like trying to find anything to fix how he looks.
There's a hairbrush and some stuff like that, but they are quite dusty, so you'd have to clean them off first.
Yeah, he's just gonna be like,
unless you want to dust up your hair but tidy it up.
Nah, he'll just like bang it, just like get rid of as much and then just try and prune himself a bit.
Yeah. One thing you do notice, Greed, because I think you of all people would have the eye for items of value. The jewelry box that Sigma is looking at is probably worth between 50 to 100 gold pieces by itself. The gold rings, somewhere between 20 and 30 gold. And the necklace, upwards of 700 to 800 gold.
The necklace? What? Mental. Yeah,
it's a thin platinum necklace with a large topaz pendant.
Greed will be looking around and like Greed will be looking at the box and the rings and it's like, oh, mine are definitely worth more than this. And then we'll turn to the necklace and his eyes will just go wide and it's like, that is gorgeous. That is. He's like almost got glints in his eyes. In fact, Sigma, this is probably like the first time where you've seen it up close, where the lights of his eyes almost flicker like candlelight, and this is the first time where you see them almost shudder when he sees the necklace. May I?
Probably something like that sort of thing.
Sigma raises an eyebrow and goes, "May you what?"
He'll gesture to the necklace.
Sigma looks kind of like, for like a second he seems a little like he doesn't really want to, but then he will hand it over, almost like a dog that's being told off, like following orders.
Greeb will stand in front of the mirror and will hold it up to his own neck and will almost look lost in it. Like, tranquil's not so much the right word, but he's hypnotized by it. You see a smile build on his face. A similar smugness, but it's deeper. May you? And he'll lift his hair up to almost instruct you to put it on.
Yeah, Sigma will do so.
Whilst that's happening, I'm going to briefly go to the others in the room. Zaelong, you had your hand raised?
I was curious. If I were to powder the silver jewelry box, would I be able to use it as a component to create holy water?
In theory, yes.
I'm gonna remember that option.
Okay. And Octavian, you also appear to be looking around the room.
Yeah, I was gonna head up towards the door that Misha's at and have a look over that way.
Well,
Yeah,
in that
so-
case,
Yeah, so opening the door, you find yourself on a balcony.
oh, outside.
This
Okay.
the mists almost seem to be rising up like walls, and like a sea of mist, so you can't even see the ground a few floors down.
Okay.
And as you get closer to the edge to perhaps have a look, it's almost like the mist thickens and almost rises up towards you as if to be pushing you back into the house.
Nope, I back away at that. And
Yeah.
shut that door.
What is this?
Yeah. So that's the dumbwaiter again.
Okay. What is? Oh, that's a closet. I thought this was a dump waiter.
Yeah. So as the two of you look around the room whilst the other two are trying on jewelry and Palmar is doing their things with the armor, the wardrobes are empty, completely empty, everything gone. Not even a single hanger remains. Elizabeth's vanity is caked in grime and dust. The jewel box was greasy, but still had jewelry in, so it seems they left valuables behind. The dumb waiter yawns half open, the gate almost stuck in its frame. You find a dusted mirror set upon a closet door, and behind your confused, disgusted expression, you see in the reflection only the gloomy neglect of the suite. And what's more, at this point, you have only found the baby's bedroom. You haven't found a children's bedroom anywhere.
The children did say something about being locked in the cellar, right?
They
Attic?
said the monster was locked in the cellar. And
Sorry, in the
said-
basement.
Yeah.
I meant the attic.
Did anyone
top
actually
floor.
go into the door that opened in the bottom room?
We've not gone that direction yet. No.
Oh,
No.
okay,
Not
gotcha.
yet.
So what room, would I hazard a guess, would this be?
This looks to be the master bedroom,
Yeah.
the parents' room. Yeah.
Are
It
there
definitely
any?
looks like it is heavily neglected and has been for a while.
Greed's gonna be in a trance-like state until he's shunted.
Sigma is braiding Greed's hair in a way that seems almost practiced, like they've been told to do this for someone before.
Yep. So not only are you getting to try on this necklace, you're getting your hair braided, Greed.
Try it on, he says. Yeah, he's just going to be just admiring himself.
Yeah, I mean, looking at your attire and your skin tone, it's mostly purples. So the blue does kind of work with it. It perhaps doesn't stand out quite as much against your skin tone as it did against Sigma's, but it still works quite well, and it's clearly an item of value, but based on the fact that these are items that have seemingly been left behind, perhaps this isn't even the greatest item of value that they had. This is one of their lesser pieces, but for you, even amongst your family and the wealth you've seen, this is a very high-class item.
Yeah.
I
can imagine.
I almost imagine the comparison between Sigma and Greed is like intense. Like you see that Sigma's jacket is made with a very like Oh yeah, he has to constantly put them back together, like piece by piece kind of clothing, compared to Greed's opulence. Everything Sigma wears is almost firmly practical.
Yeah.
Even the weapons he uses are barely blades, if you could call them that. They are more slabs of metal.
Where Greed is very ornamental, everything is for show, everything is to impress.
Yeah, it's literally a function versus form. Like, Sigma is all about function, and whereas Greed is all about form.
Yeah.
Even the way Sigma braids Greed's hair seems to be like the function that one would expect in case someone were to get into a fight. But it's still pretty, but it's pretty in a way that has an edge of danger to it.
Okay. Greed will you might accidentally snag Greed, and his eyes kind of blink, and he almost twitches slightly as he comes back to. Where were we? What were we doing? Sorry, I was a little lost. Where are the others? Where's Palmar?
He was dealing with the armor outside.
Oh, I see. He'll kind of like feel a breeze on his neck because obviously his hair's down, and he'll stop and catch himself in the mirror again and see the braid and pull it round, and he just gives a small undertone of a smile as he walks out, but he doesn't sing. He just admires himself again before leaving.
Yeah, Sigma will pick up the jewelry box and continue out.
Yeah, so feel free to post your sheet, the jewelry box and the 3 rings.
I'm assuming that Palmar would have enough time to doff and don.
In that time, that's actually a really good point. I can remember how long armor takes, and it takes longer solo.
I thought it was 5 minutes to take or 10 minutes to put on.
So to doff medium armor, it's a minute, and to don is 5 minutes. So I would say during the time, you would have been able to take off your scale mail and put on your new plate mail. I say new, but half plate.
I mean, it's for him.
Greed will walk out and go, my, and we'll just circle him.
Palmar would have just left his scale mail on the floor. For him, it's got no purpose now.
I can just remove that from your sheet if you want.
Yeah.
Can I pick it up just in case? We might need it later.
Yeah, you can. I can put on your sheet if you want to take it.
Yep.
Well, how do you feel?
I think this is a bit more me.
Well, you look very dashing.
Yeah. And what I'm going to say is that due to the damage from the fight, the embossment, which would have been like the windmill before, is now, there's just bits of it left, so it's not clearly a windmill, so it's kind of more your own thing at this point. In fact, looking at your image, I'm going to say what's left is like the center of the windmill forming that sort of green square that you've got on your picture.
You would have seen as part of the mending, he would have scraped off a couple of loose scales and used that as a focal point of the mending spell.
Nice.
So that
I like that.
So it's almost
Like
still
that.
kept it scale mail-esque.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Alright. So where are you guys going next?
Upstairs.
Okay.
Unless we are gonna take a bit longer, taking a full short rest.
I mean, would people like to take a short rest, or are you wanting to head?
I mean, yes, that would be lovely.
So, because Greed, what I'll say is because you've kind of just been meandering and Greed and Sigma was basically styling Greed's hair, I'll say that during that time you can have had a short rest, so feel free to spend some hit dice, etc.
Thank you. Straight to full health.
And also, more importantly, you get your spell slot back.
Whoa! Fucking warlocks, let's go!
Fucking warlocks.
Let's be honest. He's just gone, Daddy, please, can I have some more magic?
Yep. Yeah.
Now that's just being greedy.
Exactly. I like to think that as you're resting, there's that flicker of like almost like infernal abyssal magic sort of around you for a brief moment. As that magic reflows into you.
Captain, are you quite alright? Octavian?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Apologies.
He's lieutenant, not captain.
He's the captain of a ship?
He's the lieutenant.
Lieutenant, yeah. Might as well have captained his last one.
At least the last hippo standing.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, I was lost in thought. So, what's the plan next?
We head upstairs, I believe. We've yet to
In
find
the room over there, there is a hidden staircase up.
Yeah.
Or a way down.
Oh, very good. Let's go have a look.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, this is the nanny room, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Did we have a look around here, really? Except for pulling
we didn't actually look around.
I mean, I'll do a perception if that's right. You, James?
Yeah, you can do a quick perception.
Oh, can I turn on the fire stove while we're here anyway?
If you wish to do so, you can. Let me just.
Is there wood in it and stuff?
Hmm?
Was there wood and stuff in the fire?
I mean, there's his chair.
Oh, yeah. That'll do.
That'll do.
Yeah, so there is. It is actually generating some light. Where's the animation that Chris used earlier? I'm not even sure how he did that. Is that just tile? It's tile. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. You've got a flickering fireplace. But yeah, you're able to head upstairs to the next floor.
Are we not going to have a quick look around?
I mean, you can.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but for the most part, looking around, this room is clearly just a servant's quarters, but long abandoned. Everything is covered in cobwebs. You see an occasional spider skitter across some of them. But this room is perhaps even more worse for wear than the main suite. Yeah. So, the attic is choked with dust and cobwebs. A padlocked door stands nearby from which the sounds of children at play float. And that's this door at the top.
Children?
Mm-hmm.
Do we recognize the sounds of the children?
We should probably wait for everyone else, Misha.
Yeah.
Sorry, there we go.
Yeah. I will say that it is clearly a young boy and a young girl.
Come, Palmar.
Here, boy.
Where have you gone?
So,
Where are you? Here.
Okay.
yeah.
Wait. Children? That door had a padlock?
Yes. From behind the door, as you get close, float the sounds of the children that you heard outside. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot, little fawn shouts.
Palmar shows a fist.
Very good.
That took a few of you time to work out.
Could I take out one of my pythons and just like put it like in between where the lock and the lock of the thing is, and just use my hammer to just hammer the lock?
You can give me an athletics check.
Sure.
You need a hand? Wait, never mind.
Hmm.
As Misha says the words, he looks at you, sees your claws. Never mind. You might take it too literally.
Okay, with that, I'm going to say you are able to. The padlock clinks noise as you work on the lock and then claps to the ground with a thud as you break it open. And the sound of the children goes quiet, and you hear the young girl go, "Shh."
I will softly open the door.
The gloom strangles this place. You spot 2 child-sized beds, a toy chest, and a dollhouse, a perfect replica of the Durst manor. What's more unsettling is that the room's sole window is bricked up. That is until you spot the small skeletons dressed in tattered but familiar clothing. The smaller of the 2 cradles a doll as if it alone could have changed the future.
For those next to Sigma, you would see like as though his tongue like rolled over his teeth for a second in irritation. It would seem we may be too late to deal with the real monsters of this house.
Only the remnants. Let's get rid of the remnants. Hey, Creed. How familiar are you with what's the word? Deeds, legal stuff. Creed?
Oh my god, my mic was muted. God damn it. Sorry, I was moving a fucking bag of crisps. I didn't want to deafen y'all.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I said yes, and then followed up with I am. I'm reasonably I'm well versed with it. Why?
I'll hand over the last will to Creed. Apparently, the mansion is left to the children. If the children are dead, who do you think the mansion will belong to?
Well, if there's no further descendants to the family, for example, if all of them have perished, including baby Walter, because he was missing from the cot, was he not?
He's not included in the last will.
Yes, but it would still remain
Okay.
within the family.
Yeah.
But if there's no one...
Does it have a finders keepers clause?
That would be if there was no family left. So if none of them are left, then, well, we've got ourselves this fancy new house and a windmill. How fun. Perhaps we can put it on the market and rent it to commoners.
Can Sigma make an attempt to, like, lay out some, like, a sheet or something and start, like, in two separate sheets, like, gathering the bones and putting them in, like, particular order? And, like,
Yeah,
this
you
is...
certainly can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greed.
Yes.
Whose bones are they?
The children.
The children.
As Sigma put it.
So who did we talk to outside?
The children.
The memories. Or the ghosts.
Yes.
I'm confused.
But yeah, Sigma is as respectfully as possible, like separating the bones into proper like shrouds, basically.
Wait, they didn't come into the house, did they? No one saw them go past up the stairs while we were preoccupied. I mean, if we fought those ghastly creatures, then what if there's something else up here?
As you think that, and as Sigma begins to move the bones, a sudden chill seizes his spine as two spectral figures form next to him.
Oh, finger guns, finger guns, finger guns.
Are you here to play with us?
Oh no. Wait, who closed the door?
Sigma softly smiles and calmly goes,
Sorry, Green wouldn't do that. Well, he would, but...
You asked us to save you, but it's far too late.
They look a little confused. We've not seen you before, mister.
Things are always a bit strange when the dead are considered. I'm sure that all three of us here know that.
Yes, it's been a while since we died. Been so lonely. Only each other. And the little boy will go, yeah, and Rose is really bad at rock, paper, scissors. I always win, it's no fun. She always chooses rock. Most just like rock is clearly the best, but that's beside the point. Yeah. So, are you here to play with us?
I'm here to take you to the place that will give you rest.
Oh, well, that sounds nice.
But I can promise that at the end of all this, you will both be together. And perhaps things might look a little brighter. And it's like Sigma smiles, and it's creepy at best, but there's a kindness in it.
That's what Mummy and Daddy said. They said that when they locked us in, that we would be safe and together, safe from the monster in the basement.
I'm sorry to say that the monster you were hiding from wasn't the monster in the basement.
They seem a little confused by that.
It would seem the real monster was your parents.
No, Mummy and Daddy love us very much. All three of us. Well, Mummy doesn't like Walter much, but
Have you ever met?
I think that. I've seen Walter, like a little thing wrapped in cloth, but I've not really seen much more than that.
Are you sure Walter was real?
Mummy seemed to think so. She was always glaring at him.
Perhaps Walter was imaginary, much like the dolls that a child might play with.
Maybe. And Nanny always used to seem to take good care of Walter. She was always obsessing over him.
That's one way of putting it.
Would you mind if we take you with us?
But we don't want to be left alone, so yeah, I guess, as long as we can come with you, that's fine.
And Sigma will continue, almost preciously, separating the bones into these shrouds.
Before Seeking finishes doing that, while the two children are still there, Octavian's going to sort of bow into the room, sort of crouch down on his knees, and go, "Little ones, do you know how to get to the basement? We couldn't see an entrance."
Rose points over to the dollhouse and says, "There's a secret door in the attic."
I take a look at the dollhouse now she's pointed at it.
Yep. As I said earlier, it is a perfect replica of the house of the house. So you can roll me a perception check.
Yep.
Okay, and that is actually good enough for this. Looking around, focusing just on this one floor, as they've said it's in the attic, you actually see in one of the rooms, this room over here, if you can see my ping,
yep.
You can see a wall, but you can see a slight crack that's slightly open to the northernmost part of that room.
Oh, I see. This is the staircase. Probably.
I will take off my cloak, the flag,
Yep.
and lay that down for Sigma to use for the children.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of stand up and back out of the room.
I put all
Okay.
of Rose's in bones in a white sheet, and I put Thorn and make sure to include his doll in the captain's flag.
Okay.
Gingerly place them in a bag that I retrieve from my tail, as it were. And I
Yep.
don't put it back in the tail, I just carry it.
Yeah. The children look at your tail, fascinated and scared. Especially Thorn, he's basically backs up into like the corner, just like, are you sure he's safe, sis? And Rose is like, I'm sure it'll be fine. He can't be as nearly as scary as the monster in the basement. But she is also clearly a bit nervous.
Sigma will smile and say, you know the stories about the ugly duckling?
Rose seems to think. Thorn shakes his head, but Rose thinks and goes, I've not heard one about a duckling, but I did hear one about a, what was it? A mouse? And there was an ugly mouse, but it turned out was it a mouse? Sort of thinks for a moment. I can't remember. I remember something, and it was like the ugly one turned out to not be ugly. It was actually really pretty when it grew up, right?
Sigma will like a smile, and this is a softer smile, a sort of introspective, and say, I'm a lot like that.
Oh, so you're not fully grown. How big are you going to be?
I don't know.
Huh.
All I know is I must do my best.
They nod and go, well, if you're going down to the basement, you best be careful. There's a monster down there.
We're gonna do our best to get rid of it. Perhaps we might have a chance to end this nightmare.
That would be nice.
And Sigma will, holding the bag, like, delicately, step out and say, I know you're but spirits, but should you wish to follow us, you may.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Octavian will put his shield up on his back and he will put his hand down to Rose, offering it for her to hold if she wants.
Yeah. Rose will take your hand, and Thorn will take the other one. No, Thorn will hold on to Rose's hand, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, children. They only look scary, so.
Mm.
Alright. Even that one, and I'll put Greed.
Greed
He's
is
pretty.
scary.
He's
Gonna
very
roll it.
pretty.
I know.
And that one's got armor just like Daddy wore. Points to
Oh.
Palmar.
Yep.
Yeah,
But Daddy had more metal on his.
Just smile and wave.
Palmar throws his hands up, ready to do rock, paper, scissors.
And Thorn is immediately all for it. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. What do you go for?
Rock.
He went
Really?
for paper. He wins. Do you want to go again?
Sure.
Right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. What do you go for this time?
Rock.
Again, he goes for paper and wins. It's like, oh, you're just like Sis. I always win. He always chooses rock.
You're just too smart.
Yeah, I'm the best. So the room you've entered, Misha, just appears to be a spare bedroom. It's smothered by cobwebs. Spiders crawl from the wardrobe in droves to greet their new visitor.
Nothing in there.
That music got a bit too epic, though. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where was the
Here.
secret passage, as it were?
So it's in this room somewhere. You can roll a perception check with advantage to find it.
Okay, okay.
Perception. Nope.
Yeah, you don't find it. Sigma, you find it. What is revealed is rather than a staircase, it appears to be like an elevator platform. But upon the opening of this doorway, you all feel something give within the side of the house, almost like an energy has been released and fills you all. And at this point, you all level up.
Yeah, let's go.
And I'm also going to say that with the finding of this, that seems a good place to end this session. It's a little early.
Oh
But it
no.
does seem a good place to end just before, with the level up, and you're about to head into the next part of the house.
Yeah.
So we should be back again next week, same time, same place. If you've missed anything, catch us on YouTube. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. Reach out on Discord. And we shall see you again next week. Oh, and join us for our various other streams. I think there's one.
There's one on Sunday, there is one on Monday, there is one today, there is one tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah, so join us Wednesday, Sunday, Tuesday. Yep.
Just come back every day and see what's on.
Yeah.
Potentially there'll be one for Friday starting up again soon, the main campaign, if we have our way. So bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.